Hi guys, today we'll be putting one of the most popular weapons of last season, the Colt AK-47, up against one of the most popular weapons of Warzone Pacific Season 1, the STG-44. Both of these weapons are excellent long-range assault rifles that share quite a few similarities, but the real question is, which one should be your first choice in Warzone? Well, in this video we aim to answer that question by checking out the base stats, the time to kill and the recoil of each weapon, as well as the best class setups I recommend using. If it's your first time on my channel and you want to stay up to date with the best weapons to use in Warzone, just double check, make sure you are subscribed, leave a like so we can get this video out to more people, and for the first time in Warzone Pacific Season 1, let's get technical. Starting off with the base stats first, we can see that both of these weapons have exactly the same firing rate of 600 rounds per minute. But when it comes to damage range drop-off, the STG has a slight advantage over the base Colt AK-47. Keep that slight advantage of the STG-44 in mind, because things get very interesting later in the video. When we move over to time to kill, this is where the Colt AK-47 dominates the STG-44. It features a faster time to kill in all situations in the first and second damage ranges. It also features a much more consistent damage profile, meaning that whether you hit chest shots, stomach or extremity shots, you will require exactly the same amount of bullets to kill. Whereas on the STG-44 you have to be a little bit more precise with your shot placement, as it features a slight chest shot multiplier and a weaker stomach and extremity multiplier. This can make the STG feel slightly underpowered when hitting stomach or extremity shots, as its first range time to kill is actually worse than the Colt AK-47's second damage range time to kill for the same locations. The Colt AK-47 also requires less shots to kill in all situations, taking a 1 bullet lead for head and chest shots and a 2 bullet lead for stomach and extremity shots. So overall this is a clear victory for the Colt AK-47 when it comes to time to kill, but how do these weapons stack up when it comes to recoil? Since we'll be mostly using these weapons for mid to long range engagements, recoil control plays a big factor in reaching that stated time to kills. Both of these weapons feature very straightforward predictable recoil patterns, with the STG pulley slightly to the left and the Colt AK-47 slightly to the right. Overall the Colt AK-47 does have slightly less vertical recoil. And since both of these weapons have exactly the same firing rate, it should be easier to keep the Colt AK-47 on target compared to the STG-44. So this seems like another straightforward win for the Colt AK-47. Both of these tests were performed with the meta class setups, which we'll get into now. With the STG being a Vanguard weapon, it does have access to 10 attachment slots, giving this weapon amazing customization options. The MX silencer will keep us off the minimap when we shoot, while the VDD 760 barrel will assist us with visual recoil and boost our effective damage range. The G16 optic will give us better visibility when engaging targets at range, while also slightly assisting us with recoil. The VDD 34S stock will further decrease the STG's recoil, while also making the weapon more stable. When it comes to the rear grip, I prefer running the rubber grip, as it further decreases our recoil by 5%. When it comes to ammunition, the 60 round drum mag will give us maximum ammo capacity, while the lengthened ammunition will give us a 30% boost to our bullet velocity. The carbon foregrip will end off this build by decreasing our horizontal and vertical recoil even further, making it easier to engage targets at a distance. So overall we end up with a max range, max bullet velocity STG-44 build that focuses on medium to long range engagements. Moving over to the Colt AK-47 build, this is your standard Season 6 long range meta setup. The cruise suppressor will give us a 25% boost to our bullet velocity, while also increasing our effective damage range by 10%. To further increase our effective damage range and bullet velocity, we'll take the RPK barrel. It also gives us a 10% vertical and horizontal recoil control bonus. For the optic, we'll take the Axial Arms 3X for the same reasons as the G16 on the STG. It provides us with better visibility when engaging targets at a distance. For the ammunition, we'll go with the 45 round mag. It doesn't give us that massive ADS penalty as with the 60 round mag, but still provides us with enough bullets to engage multiple targets at once. Lastly, the spent ass grip will lower our vertical recoil by 7% and our horizontal recoil by a massive 15%. So we also end up with the max range, max bullet velocity AK-47 build. And when we have a closer look at how this class setup changes the stats of its weapon, we can see that surprisingly the Colt AK-47 now ends up with a further damage range drop off. It also has a much faster bullet velocity, making it a lot easier to engage moving targets at a distance. And when it comes to mobility, it also has a faster movement speed, faster sprint to fire time and a much faster reload time. The only area where the STG pulls ahead is in ADS times, having a slightly faster ADS time than the Colt AK-47. But that's not enough to make up for the shorter damage range drop off, much slower bullet velocity and worse mobility stats. So with all of the testing and statistics in mind, what's the final verdict? I think we all can agree this is an easy victory for the Colt AK-47. It has a faster time to kill in basically all situations, combined with a more consistent damage profile. It also has a further meta damage range drop off, better mobility stats and slightly better recoil control. And overall requires less bullets to kill in all situations. The STG on the other hand does have more customization options. Slightly faster ADS times and features a full neck shot multiplier, meaning that technically it is easier to hit headshots with the STG-44, even though the headshot time to kill is worse than the AK-47. So that's it for our first face-off of Warzone Pacific. Overall I think the Cold War AK-47 is still one of the best weapons in Warzone, and that can be said for a lot of Cold War weapons. Thanks for checking out this video, hope you guys learned something new, stay gaming and I'll catch you guys in the next one.